Evening and welcome to Being Black and Craft, where we don't apologize for recognizing our influence on craft beer. This is Angie, the Undeniable Vixen, your host. I'm coming in a couple of minutes early, but we got lots of stuff to do, so I wanted to go ahead and get it started. So we are here with you live every Monday at 7 o'clock Central on YouTube, Being Black and Craft, Instagram, Black, Being Black and Craft, Twitter under my name, The Undeniable Vixen, and also Facebook, Black and Craft. So please follow, share, and subscribe. We really need your support, and we really appreciate those who are supporting us so far. So, wanted to go ahead because stuff was crazy last week after I got off of this thing here. So what has happened? What has happened? What has happened up in the world? Couple of things. A couple of things have happened so far. One thing we want to give a congratulations to Crowns and Hops. They won the Samuel Adams Brewing the American Dream. So I believe they get a little bit of money, some consulting, as well as brewing their beer that they pitched for the contest. It was really a real tight competition, but they won out, and they have been winning so many different things. I it's hard for me not to see them when they go and do a contest that they don't win. So uh they are really the golden brewers of the industry right now. Everything they touch, they win. So continue to look for them in different places and look out for that collab that they're gonna have. So we know this gentleman right here. This is Marcus Baskerville uh, of Weathered Souls. Maybe not. So Um, what was that? I don't remember what day it was. It had to be Tuesday or Wednesday, but got an a Facebook post as well as on Instagram that Marcus has chosen to step down from Mother Souls. And he's stepping down, and lots of different rumors are going around. He was asked to step down. He stepped down. Whether Souls is going out of business, it's not going out of business. All kinds of things are going on. But I can only quote from what he says, which is he's really happy that he was able to take a step back and do. He wasn't into it as he had been previously, and a weight has been lifted. He said a weight has been lifted, and so he's, I guess, going into the second passion, or maybe it's the first passion right now. He's been competing for a contest to be paired with a world-renowned chef, and I believe it's 10,000 or 25,000 in money that he can get to kind of help with that platform. Now, if you've been following Marcus, he's been doing a lot of different culinary experiences at his home as well as in the San Antonio area. He keeps on getting invited to James Beard dinners. So apparently he's burning in the kitchen. He's doing something really good. So congratulations. He's on he was second in line, and that was the last like post that I saw. So he may have been pushed up to number one. I will check back with details of if he did go ahead and surpass that to that level that he was aiming for. Then we have a local favorite, Smidox Brewing. He just recently had to let his investors know about some things with Mainvest. If you're not familiar with Mainvest, Mainvest is mm, was a company that was just in the same allegiance as your GoFundMe's and you know, crowdsourcing of money. And they decided to close their doors. And unfortunately, um, was one of the pretty much lucrative, uh, viable companies that you could kind of put investors in putting in the money and you're getting most of your money back instead of having half of it or 25% of it taken out off the top. And I know that was one of the things that Smidox had just really been looking for, was a company that was going to give him the most bang for his buck. But unfortunately, that company decided to close its doors. So he's going to be looking for another avenue to keep his investors happy, me, as well as others. Um, because we want this brewery open, and we're so near the finish line of the brewery being open. There are some challenges with the city and the property owner, and those things are getting rectified. So I'm really hoping that by the end of the year that I can go live at Smidox Brewing very, very soon. So I think that is all of my beer news. Yeah, I think that's it for me. So let me go ahead and introduce my guest.
Hello.
Welcome. So, if you've been watching, you know that Ancestors and Alcohol has been helping me out with this club drinks, hood drinks, however you want to name it, and it's been giving us deep dives. And so I was like, oh, I mean, I've had you, being like the co-host, but I was like, well, you need to come and be a part of this. So I was like, well, I'll interview you, and we can get some more time together,
Yes.
some more one-on-one time together. So
Y'all
I
have
know
a good time with Angie.
I know last week you weren't able to join us, but in the interim we did talk about MD 2020. But can you give us some information about gin and juice?
Okay, so Gin and Juice, basically, I know everybody has probably heard the song from Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice. That's actually where um, I think it became super popular in the Black culture. I'm not sure if it was something big like before the song came out, but Snoop Dogg did come out with the song in 1994, and it just kind of took off from there. And you have people who drink gin and juice with orange juice. Some people drink it with like pineapple juice. So I really think you can drink it with any type of juice. I just think it's more of a kind of just like a vibe that he was trying to create for the gin and juice experience, just to have a good time and have a nice drink that will put you in a good place.
Okay, okay, yeah. I had we did try their his gin and juice. It didn't go over so well, but the ones that was in the can. But
Mhm.
the gin and juice that I made with clementine, um, like sparkling water, was absolutely delicious with the Dinard.
It
Um,
sounds
I love
delicious.
I love mine. They were not so happy, but I was like, I love mine. Sorry. Um,
Now what did the gin and juice taste like in the can? What kind of juice is it? Is it orange juice?
so they had apricot,
Hmm.
passion fruit, citrus, and one other flavor. I can't think what the other flavor was. Citrus, passion fruit, apricot. I can't think what the other flavor was, but it was something like that. And so um, they felt like it was too artificial,
Mm.
and maybe not enough gin. It said it needed more, but it's supposed to be like a light, refreshing drink. It's not supposed to be like hard liquor because of the it's already mixed. So those
Okay.
RTDs like that
Mhm.
are gonna be like um when it's has juice and stuff in it. It's usually about 5%.
That makes sense though. They don't want people getting too crazy off of it.
Yeah,
So that makes sense though. I
but you
haven't
can always
seen.
add more gin to it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm trying to make my gin journey like you've been teaching me. I'm gonna get on
Yes.
the journey. So
But I mean, it was the gin that I tried and that you have as well. Um the Denord's, it's it's has a lot of juniper, but
mhm.
it's not overpowering.
Okay.
It's not overwhelming. And it really does lends itself to having just like some juice to it.
Okay.
So I I know it's slow steps because
Very.
I was very much like never gin ever, ever, ever. But it's because of the gin that I had in the past that was subpar that I had to get myself around to appreciating gins like Denord's, um, or Bombay or somebody like that. So there's good gin out there. There's good gin. Just
I
take
promise I'm gonna try it.
slow slips.
Yep.
See, I have, and I still haven't got to where people just have gin and tonic.
Mm-mm.
See, I haven't got there yet.
Mm-mm. You a step ahead of me though. You a step ahead of me. So I'm trying to follow in your footsteps.
Well, um, now what are we going to be making? We're going to be making two drinks, or we're going to make one drink today.
Just one, the Thug
All right.
Passion.
All right. So I'm going to segue over and get us ready for a little bit of drinking. All right.
One, two, three.
I am in the kitchen.
Okay. I got up so I don't make a mess. Uh,
So let's see. I have because we will continue to keep it as black as possible.
yes.
So we have the Issa Rae. Is it
I
the
think it's
Ira?
I think it's
Very
Via. I think it's
Via
just
Ray.
Via. Yeah.
Via Ray. This
I think
one
now I think now Angie, don't quote me, but I think it's Via Ray.
was my cabinets. These dollars inside my cabinets. Uh, okay, Via Ray. All right. So take us through. Take us take us through how we're making this.
Okay, so Thug Passion is one part not prosecco. It's originally made with Cristal, but
Hmm,
we don't have Cristal,
sure
and then
don't.
it's one part Alizé. What color is your Alizé, Angie?
My Alizé is red.
Okay, what
It's called
flavor?
triple melon.
Okay, and mine is blue, and it's called Blue Passion. Um, and
Hmm.
so Thug Passion, the drink, came out in 1996 when Tupac came out with the song Thug Passion on his All Eyes on Me album. And in the beginning of the song, when he's talking before he starts rapping, he lets us know that it's one part Cristal, one part Alizé. And then, it gets a little explicit and he starts letting us know, once you had the drink, what it will do to you. And, Tupac being Tupac, we are not going to repeat those things. And it kind of blew up from there. And as far as Alizé, like in the Black culture, if you remember, like Nikki Parker's favorite drink was Alizé. She would be drinking it in the morning when her and Andell would be having girl time. They would be drinking the Alizé, and you see a lot of references to it in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Cat Williams talks about it in his stand-up, where he's talking about he doesn't drink Alizé, but the women that come to his house drink it, so he keeps it stocked in his fridge for them. And so that's kind of, Alizé and Thug Passion, how they kind of come together for Black people.
So what do you think?
It's actually not bad. What do you think about
you feel a little thuggy, or you feel a little passion?
Right now I'm feeling a little thuggish, and I wore my Tupac shirt for this. But maybe I'll feel the passion, once I go lay down, but I'll probably just go to sleep. But how you feel about yours? What? And I wish I want to know, do our Alizés taste different, or do you think they all taste the same?
Well, I do. This one does taste a little bit. I taste melon. I really do taste melon in it, and I didn't realize that this was Alizé is a liqueur and cognac. I'll confirm when I get back to my desk. But it's oddly enough, I was really surprised that it was like wasn't some kind. I thought it was like some kind of malt something.
Yeah,
it really is something.
Yeah, when I went to the liquor store to get it and I was asking them where is it at, the guy, he was like, "You mean the French alcohol?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah." And sure enough, I guess it's a French thing. So I want to know, do they drink this in France? I feel like I need to know now. I don't know anybody who lives in, France, but I feel like I need to know, since this is and you know what? It says premium French vodka.
Vodka and something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it says you know what? It says it's imported from France. So maybe they are drinking this in France. I don't know who, but somebody is drinking it in France. But it's not bad. It's not bad.
Oui. Je t'aime. Asseyez-vous. Comme ci, comme ça.
Did you take French in school?
Oui.
I took a little bit, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like asseyez-vous. Sit down. Ferme la bouche. Be quiet. Comme ci, comme ça, so.
I remember like bienvenue, which is I think welcome. And then comment allez-vous, which I think is like how are you or something like that. But you
too.
You further off than me, Angie. You've lost me.
Je m'appelle Angèle. So, merci. It was good. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my desk, and
Okay.
in the interim, let's see, where am I? Do I have anything? Let me pull something from the archives while I go back to my desk. Well, that was too quick. Ugh.
It's okay. You just taking us on a journey.
Yes. Like, okay. So now I can't even see. All right, we're back. And before I get behind, this was supposed to be a pairing. So let's talk about what you do in your spare time.
So in my spare time, when I'm not wrangling chickens, I am, and I wanted to tell you your goodies were made with chicken eggs from my coop. So they are super fresh. But I bake. I own Breeze Artisan Goods where I make brownies and cakes. And if you happen to be in the vicinity of me, I also bake bread, but mainly cakes and brownies. I'm known for my brownies, and I do cakes here and there. But what are you eating?
Mhm.
You eating right now? You got the brownie or the cake?
The brownie.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm trying to convert y'all. I'm trying to convert Angie into a red velvet lover.
It's chocolate cake. You don't have to convert me to chocolate cake. I like chocolate cake.
I'm a try. When I start doing the blue velvet, you're gonna be first on my list to get a blue velvet.
Mhm.
So I can hear you. So I can hear you tell me, Brianna, this is chocolate.
It's just chocolate cake. And so she has Oreos in between this brownie.
That's my
So is this
specialty.
just vanilla Oreo? What kind of Oreo is this?
Just the golden Oreos.
Okay.
My specialty are stuffed brownies. So
Mm.
I'll basically try to stuff a brownie with anything. I stuff them with Reese's, Oreos, um, Andy's Mints. Somebody asked me to do a Twix one time. I stuffed it with the Twix. So I just kind of, it's like I'm taking regular brownies and then just kind of elevating them with the different ingredients. And my my I guess most out there brownie is my sweet potato cheesecake brownie. So it's a graham cracker crust and then a regular fudge brownie, and then you have cheesecake on top, but the cheesecake has sweet potato in it. So it's like you're eating a sweet potato pie, but it's a brownie.
This is really, really good.
I'm
It's really good.
do you,
It's a
do you
great chocolate cake.
I was
It's
waiting on
great.
it. I
It
was
was
waiting.
great. It is a great chocolate brownie.
I was waiting on it, Angie. I was like, she's not gonna let it go to this that it's really chocolate.
Mm-mm.
I'm glad you like it. I'm
And it
glad you like it though.
and it pairs really nice with my red Alizé.
You know we had to do red for Juneteenth though. Like we had to
Yes.
add in the red for, as they say, the resilience of the Black people, the all the blood that was shed for basically all of us being taken away. And so I think that's why it's important for people to know the history of Juneteenth. But you know, red velvet, I can't even say it with a straight face because of you, Angie. But you know, red velvet is a big thing in the Black community for Juneteenth, you know, to eat something or have something red. So that's why I had to send you my red velvet for a Juneteenth.
Okay. It's absolutely delicious. It is absolutely wonderful.
I
And
can't wait for you to try the cake. But not now, because you done had a lot of brownie.
I'm gonna be so sugar high. But pound cake is my weakness. I love pound cake because it's just like simple. I like simple desserts.
Yes. And that's what you have. You have a pound cake, but I took some of the red velvet brownie of my red velvet cheesecake brownie, and I crumbled it up, and then I baked it all together. So it's a red velvet brownie pound cake.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me segue back to I forgot to show you some club pictures. I was trying to get people to send me. There was one club picture that I really was trying to find, but I could not find it. It's in my storage somewhere, but I showed the fellas this one.
Oh,
I showed them this one. And then I had this one too.
yes, Angie. I love
was
it. Now, can you tell me where you were at? Can you give me the backstory of this club photo, please?
Yes. So I was at this place called Beamers,
Beamers.
and it was a cute club. Jesus, my dog just stepped on my foot. I dropped something on my foot a couple of days ago, and he just stepped on it.
Oh
Sorry.
no.
So Beamers, real big space. Excuse me, real big space, and they always had happy hour with food and stuff, and they like, hey, print this out, and you can get in free. Da 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 da. And so that was a friend's birthday party actually,
Now
and I was like,
is this in Texas?
oh yeah, because
Okay.
I do have a picture where I'm in Chicago. But yeah, I was like, oh, let me take a picture. Like, let me straddle this. Let me do this. Do something wild. Because I had no inhibitions whatsoever. Because I was like, ain't nobody, nobody know me. Nobody care.
I
I was like,
love it.
let me do something. Let me do a model pose real quick. And then this one, I was in Chicago. I was in Chicago, and I thought I was cute. And
You were. And
I
you
was
were.
still have that bracelet, the bracelet and the earrings. Baby, I can't fit the dress. The dress been gone.
Now was this like a Chicago summer or was this a Chicago winter?
Chicago, it's a
Okay.
Chicago summer.
So you were out there
I
living
think
your best life.
yes, I was going to the Chosen Few when it was relatively free. I
Mhm.
know now it's like really expensive to go, but that was when I flew in. Basically, I flew in, changed clothes. Let's go to a couple of bars and a couple of like clubs or whatever. And that was me. We were doing pre-gaming because that's what I found that the younger people that I talked to about club drinks and stuff, they did a lot of pre-gaming because they didn't. It was like I'm in college, I ain't got them kind of funds to do all that.
I
But
can
yeah,
definitely agree.
that was my heyday. I didn't do a lot of clubbing, so because I already tied down at like 17. I
Ain't
was
nothing
like,
wrong with
I want a station wagon and like two kids. So as I was watching you and seeing different things that you were going, scrolling through Facebook, minding my business, loving Jesus like I do. But I saw that you had been watching some stuff.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh, she is she is watching the big cigar. I was like, I just kind of eased up on it. I really wasn't I really didn't know anything about it. And then I was like, oh, let me watch this show. So, what is your take on The Big Cigar?
Um, I think I haven't finished it yet, but I think it's pretty good. I think I like the way that it's telling the story about Huey getting to Cuba, but under the guise that he's going to put like do a Hollywood movie. And I never knew that. Like, we hear
Mhm.
about Huey like going to Cuba and stuff, but I never knew like the backstory. And at first I thought it was fake. And then went to go look because I was like, are they like, is this an embellishment or something? But it wasn't.
Right.
It's a true story. And I like that they have him in there. They have like Bobby Seale, they have little Bobby
Mhm.
Hutton, Elaine Brown, and it also shows a lot about the like division from when Eldridge Cleaver kind of like, he had to flee and Huey P. Newton stepped up. And I like that it shows the changes within the Black Panther Party when the two kind of, one took over and one left. What do you think about it?
It made me think of um, BLM.
Mm,
The how it was so like change. The same things are happening. The same kind
mhm.
of back and forth. The push and the pull, and and it's really sad because one of the things that they talked about was, the Panther Party, what it meant to so many people in the community. And when they got overindulgent of themselves, they were losing focus of what the true motto was for the Panthers.
Yep.
And I think, in so many words, a lot of the BLM movement has suffered from that because everybody wanted to be the leader. Everybody can't be the leader.
No.
And knowing full well that for the most part, you know, women were really the catalyst of the BLM movement, just like in the Big Cigar, the Black Panthers, a lot of women were the catalyst for the movement. That's who was holding it down.
Mhm.
We hold it down for a lot of stuff.
Always. We are the backbone of this country, of civilization. I believe of everything. And I agree with you. We don't get enough credit. And when you hear the stories about like the Black Panther Party, I mean, of course we hear about Angela Davis, Elaine Brown, Kathleen Cleaver. Like we hear about
Mhm.
those women, but we don't hear about the women that didn't have like such a large impact, but they were running like the day to day of the Panther Party. And I can't think of her name right now, but in the beginning of the Big Cigar, it's the I can't even think of her real name right now, but she's Huey's right hand woman, and I had never heard of
Mm,
her before.
right. Mm-mm.
Like I didn't know who she was. I was like, who is this
Right.
woman? But it's like we don't get to hear about them. So I like that aspect too, that they're kind of showing what the women did as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I've enjoyed the series. They were I think the season finale was last Friday. I've watched everything up to the season finale.
I'm
So I
gonna go
hadn't finished it
behind.
yet. But I really enjoyed it, and it was a really excuse me, it was really a surprise to even see that Don Cheadle is the director.
Yes.
So it's good to see him doing something new.
And
He's a really he's a really good director.
he is. And I don't think a lot of people know about this show, Angie.
I don't think they do either.
Mm-mm. Or if they
I
do,
don't
I don't think they know what it's about.
Mhm. It looks almost like I think there was an HBO show that was like promoting um it was about the pornography industry or pimp industry on Max, and
I know what you're talking about.
it looks the same, like the same scale as far as like the posters and things. I'm wondering if people are like, no, well, I've already seen something like that, and they're just kind of bypassing it.
And a lot of people probably don't know that he's supposed to be Huey P. Newton because they don't have like Huey P. Newton's name on
No,
the thing or anything. So maybe they're trying to do a play on that. So maybe people will watch it and they won't know. But I think if they set it up front, that maybe more people would try to watch it.
they need more people like my daddy. Like, oh, it's black people. I'm gonna watch this.
Me,
Cause baby, I'll never forget. We went and saw Disorderlies with the Fat Boys. You're too young to know, but my daddy will go, and if it's some black people in it, we gonna go see it.
yep.
And it was, I wanted to see it because Fat Boys were in it, because that's like in my heyday. So I was cool with it, but it was the worst movie. It was a horrible movie. But hey, my dad was like, "I'm gonna give black people these dollars I got." So
We got
yeah.
to.
Hmm.
That's why I be watching those Tubi movies.
Nah, nah.
I do.
That's where we draw the line. What?
I mean, honestly, Angie, some of them are good. They just had a mini series on Tubi called
Yeah.
Us. They have like shows now, and I mean it was a wild show. Don't get me wrong, but it was Tubi, and it's like once you get started, I gotta finish it because I gotta know where it's gonna go.
Lord have mercy.
And I think they have some
Mm.
money now because it's not looking low budget anymore.
Yeah,
It's on
somebody
the level,
bought it.
huh?
Somebody just bought it. Somebody,
Okay.
who was it?
Is it a black
Not,
person?
no,
Mm.
it's not Netflix. It's one of these other conglomerates bought them up.
I hope they don't start to change it because I live for my Tubi movies. Like
Mm.
I need those. I need the drama and the bad acting.
Well, you're gonna definitely get it in Tubi.
Yep.
They're gonna let you have it. So speaking of bad acting,
Wait, you thought the acting was bad?
it was all right. I don't know if I just had not really. I I think maybe I saw the first two Bad Boys. I know there was one that nobody liked, but it was okay. I went with a friend and she was very excited. She was like, she was just like in her chair, like, I can't wait. I can't. I was like, word? Really? For this? Okay. But then,
Oh
you know, uh, Deadpool and Wolverine commercial came out. I was like,
no. No,
so it's
you
just
know,
like what people like. So it just wasn't.
we
It
we
was
we
what?
gonna talk about Bad Boys, but then we gonna circle back to Deadpool and Wolverine because I have a bone to pick with that. But we gonna talk about Bad Boys first.
Okay.
Okay, so so once you got into the movie, you started watching it. How were you feeling about it?
It's cool. It was really it was very fast paced as far as like the moving of the camera, and I think that made me a little bit drunk. Um, I don't know. It may have made me a little bit tipsy, along with the contraband that I brought into the movie.
Oh, so you're not the only one because I was gonna say I actually was tipsy in my movie.
Yes. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a Coke, but I brought my own little stuff to up it a little bit. So I had a
Always.
little bit. What did I put? I think I put some Angel's Envy in my Coke.
What did I
I
have in
was
my
half highfalutin floozy
I had
drinking.
some I think I had some rum.
Hmm.
I think I had got a free icy And so whenever they do the free ice, well, I take stuff in there every day, every time I go. But I tried some new icy that they had, and I put the rum in there, and I was okay. I was a little nervous because it was too many people in there for me. Usually, it's nobody in there, so I'm up here trying to
Mhm.
like pour it in real quick,
It
but then I was like,
really is.
how you be doing yours?
Was I went ahead and like slipped some in, but then there was somebody sitting right next to me that I could see calling the people talking about she over here drinking. But I did it really, really fast and just poured a little bit in there, and I could taste it. It was enough for me to taste it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was more impressed with watching the commercials and seeing how they actually filmed the movie, how
I
they
didn't
showed
see that part.
there was like I don't know if I was watching E or something where they were showing how he had a harness on and the camera was right there, so it was moving
Hmm.
and it would shoot out, it would film out and then it would turn back to him. And I thought that it was so cool. So I remember that scene that was happening. And so I was more impressed with the production.
I will say the
Um,
production was pretty good. I can
mhm.
agree with you on that. I thought, of course, it's not of course, it's way better production than the first one that came out, I think like 1990. I want to say, I don't feel like it was 1994, but it might have been. But I can agree. The production was really good with the movie.
So what's go ahead and give your bone to pick because I know that you got to leave early. So go ahead and give me your little bone to pick about Wolverine and Deadpool. I don't
Okay.
know because Disney can do it all. So I don't know. Disney and Marvel can do it all. So I don't know what you could possibly have an issue with.
Okay, well, Deadpool, don't come for me. I've never seen Deadpool. I've seen not one Deadpool at all. Deadpool's probably the only Marvel movie I've never seen. I've seen all the other ones. I've never seen Deadpool. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I haven't seen
It's
Deadpool.
so funny. You got to. You you got to. Yes. Do you need my Disney pass? What is it?
I just never like sat down and watched Deadpool and oh, you know what? I haven't seen Ant-Man either.
It's okay.
Okay. So it's okay I didn't see
I can
Ant-Man.
forgive that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Deadpool, nah.
Well, my issue isn't with Deadpool. My issue is with Wolverine because if you don't remember, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we sat there in the theater and we watched Wolverine die. And they were very specific that we would never see
Yeah.
this man again. There was no way they were bringing him back. And Angie, you remember he looked real bad in that movie when he died.
Mhm.
So when I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, I said, say it's not so. Why is he coming back? Does nobody remember? I even remember like going in the Reddit forums and people were like, is it over? And they were like, it's over. You'll never see him again. So why are we seeing him, Angie?
Funny.
Are we going to be in another universe, in a different dimension? Like, where did he come from?
I don't know how they're gonna reimagine it because I know that he was tired. He had said that he was tired of doing the role. So why he came back with that, I can't tell you. Am I glad he's back? Yes.
Well, you let me know how the movie is because I'm not going to go see it. I will not. You tell me how he did after he got resurrected to
Oh,
come
okay.
back and do the movie.
I definitely will because as I said, Marvel and Disney do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh, okay. I have one more thing to say about that. The last Doctor Strange. You thought that was good?
Best horror movie I've ever seen in my life.
Doctor Strange with all the multi universes?
Yes, that was good.
No, Angie. I
Yes,
thought that was the
ma'am.
worst Marvel movie I've seen.
Okay, so did you watch um the TV series with oh my gosh, I can't think of with the
Mm-mm,
witch? No.
mm-mm.
You really should do yourself a favor and watch that series. That will help at least make it cohesive. It will. It really will make it
Okay.
cohesive.
Because I felt like they were just throwing everything. I was like, y'all just throwing everybody into this movie.
No, it'll really make it very cohesive. Doctor Strange just is an asshole. And he's always will be an asshole.
He's my
But
favorite.
well, you like assholes. It's okay.
He,
It's
he's
okay.
he's my favorite. But I thought the movie, and then when Professor X rolled out, I said y'all need to quit it because y'all just doing too much at this point. Like, why is Professor? And once again, I thought Professor X had died, and now he's back in the Marvel movie. I'm telling you, Angie, I could.
He's They thought it was dead in X-Men 97 and he came back. So, but just think about it.
I
It's very
will.
it's very rare that characters stay dead for long. It's an animated soap opera. The people don't stay dead forever.
I know, but they just be messing with my emotions. Like they just be messing with all my emotions.
But that's the whole point. Because if you don't get any emotional value out of it, what use is it for you seeing it? It's supposed to make you mad. It's supposed to make you angry. It's supposed to make you sad. It's supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to do all those different things to you. That
You
what
right.
makes you want to see it.
You right. And you know what? When because they said, I know you saw the preview for Venom, and it's supposed to be the last Venom.
Yeah, but that's Sony.
Wait, that's not Marvel?
Yeah, you have to be very careful. It's it it makes because just like some of the Spider-Mans are actually Sony property,
Hmm.
but Marvel helped out, which made it halfway decent. Um, we'll see. None of the Venoms have been very good because it's been Sony. So you need to make sure. I
I
don't
love
want
Venom.
don't second guess me, but it's probably Sony.
Okay, you just taught me something. Had no idea. This whole time I thought Venom was a Marvel.
Um, it's like, some things are supposed to be Marvel, but Sony may have the properties to it, just like
Mm,
Spider-Man. The properties are actually under Sony.
okay.
Until do they have it back yet? I can't remember. I don't have my nerd my comic nerd hat on, so I can't think of anything right now. Um, but yeah, but no one's really looking uh for Venom to be some epic blockbuster. They hope that I'm sure they're probably hoping that they break even.
And I was excited to go see it.
It seemed like I saw the video, I mean the preview, and it seemed like interesting, like good, but what do they show you? Lots the Sony parts for Sony movies. They show you what was good, and then you get a whole lot of trash for 2.5 hours.
Ooh. Ooh, it seems like you have some issues with Sony the way I have issues with them bringing back Wolverine.
No, Sony got issues with Sony. Sony know what they doing or what they not doing, and not me. I didn't do it.
You right, you right, you
And
right.
then they bite the hand that feeds them. Marvel. Marvel tries to help them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've been doing this." Oh really? Okay, well you do the next one then, since you're so good.
Now I'm
Okay.
gonna have to really pay attention when I go see Venom. I'm really gonna have to pay attention to everything.
Just like Madam Web.
I never saw that either. It looked like it was gonna be trash.
It was, but people would make an assumption that it's Marvel, but it was really Sony.
Mm, that's probably why I didn't do so well in the theater. I swear it was in the theater for like a week, and then it was on Netflix.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, you taught me something
Well,
today, because now I know.
I'm glad I was able to teach you something. You taught me something about Thug Passion. I'm gonna drink the rest of
No,
my Thug Passion.
I done tapped out.
Mm-mm-mm. So I know that you have chickens that you need to fluff up and gather eggs and put them to bed and whatnot. So I'll let you do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off with my last little bit. Thank you
It
so
was a
much. I really
pleasure.
appreciate the whole month helping me out and doing this this duo of finding different things as far as drinks. One of the drinks that we were supposed to be doing was the I was gonna say old fashioned. That's my drink, but the Long Island iced tea. But we didn't get enough time to do that. But maybe sometime later I will do a video and just do it with all the different brands that I have because I actually did not have the Coca-Cola at home. So that was my fault. I forgot.
It's okay. Maybe we can do it in the future.
Yeah.
I'll have to come back and we'll have to do it again.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, I thank you so much, and I will see you next time. I appreciate everything that you did for me, and
Of
thank you for the
course.
goodies as well.
You are more than welcome. Let me know when you eat that cake how you like it.
Oh, sometime this week. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right. So, um, as we wrap up, one thing that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned, um, because it's not missed on me that this coming Wednesday is going to be Juneteenth. And Juneteenth is special to me because I am in Texas, where this whole thing pretty much kicked off. I've had people that I know that felt that Juneteenth was really for dummies. And when I say dummies, I mean it in the form of they felt that, oh, this is so foolish for us to celebrate them not knowing, the enslaved people not knowing that they were free. And I would rebut, as I've done in the past, that what do you think they had telephones? You think they could write and find out? They had to know from word of mouth that they were free. And it's it's sad that we have people like that that believe that ignorance as far as what those enslaved people were dealing with and knowing that someone was keeping their freedom from them for 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had happened. So here in Texas, as far as me and my family, what we usually do is that Juneteenth is a day of um, celebration as well as a day of service. We usually would go to my dad's part of town where he's from in North Dallas and go and barbecue for the whole community. It was like the projects where he's from and barbecue and give out free food. He would bring games. They would have a DJ. We would just have just this big time, and everybody went home with food, and no one was turned away. So that was what I would always really enjoy, and I thought was really impactful to celebrate in that way as far as service. But If you don't know, especially if you're not here in Texas, this wonderful, beautiful woman here, her name is Opal Lee. I call her the historian of Juneteenth or the grandmother of Juneteenth. Opal Lee is one of the people that really segue the impact for Juneteenth to be a national holiday. She had been steadfast in wanting to petition for Juneteenth to be a designated holiday for years. And I'm glad that she was able to still be alive because I believe she's 97 or 98 now. She doesn't look it, but I'm so glad that she was able to see that not only did she accomplish her goal, but she exceeded it. And what I mean that she exceeded it, right now, today, she is probably sitting on her porch as the sun is going down, rocking in a rocking chair on the land that was stolen from her ancestors in Fort Worth. That was another thing that she had been battling with. They had stolen her land, stolen her family's land, um, probably with redlining or something like that. But she continued to petition and hone in on getting the rights back to what was solely and rightfully belonging to the Lee family. And as of this weekend, she walked into her home on her family's land that is now solely hers. So we commend and celebrate Opal Lee and the ancestors just like her that are that made and paved the way for Juneteenth to be celebrated and to be known all over the country. I would have never imagined that Juneteenth would be so celebrated um, in all these different states because it was solely a Texas thing because we were the only ones out of the loop. Um, but it is a day of celebration. It is a day of remembrance and a day of vigilance because during those 2 years that they didn't, that those enslaved people did not know that they were free, they still had to carry on with whatever duties they had being enslaved. And I thank everyone that is celebrating Juneteenth this weekend. I saw a lot of different Juneteenth festivals, some beer shares, different things like that. But make sure that you celebrate on the day in some form or fashion on this coming Wednesday. And I think that's all that I have for this evening. Thank you so much. I guess programming note on Monday, I will download a episode that I did with a young brewer in Rwanda. So I'll be sharing that because I'll be traveling. I'll be in Philadelphia and for the Pink Boots conference and hanging out. And then this Friday, I'm going to be with Ashley Randolph, and we're going to be presenting Crafting Life's Perfect Brew online. So get your tickets with Crafted for Action. You can watch us online, or if you're in Atlanta, you can also go to some of the in-person events as well. Well, I think that's all that I have for this evening. I had an amazing time. Thank you again to Ancestors in Alcohol and everyone that participated in club drinks, sharing their stories. I really appreciate everyone that shared their story. And I would be remiss without letting them know I thank them for being vulnerable with me. And so that's why I was showing my pictures because I was like, I can't ask anybody to do something that I won't willing to do for myself. But I will see y'all in July.
remember it was Park Avenue. Park Avenue. And my drink of choice was the Maduri Sour. I thought I was grown with that Maduri Sour. And this particular night, it was an adventure for all of us. My sister had just got off work. I went and picked her up. And my cousins were here from East Texas for the summer. And we got lost leaving Valley View. So I was like, oh, we got Park Avenue, y'all want to go? So we went to Park Avenue. And one of my cousins, y'all, she was 14. We snuck her in the car. We snuck her in Park Avenue. We had a good time that night. I wasn't driving. All of us were drinking. Even the 14-year-old. Lord have mercy. I'm so glad I didn't give names, but that was a fun time.